search for a new Black Stars head coach is on, and the criteria that is going to be used to search for that Black Stars head coach has been revealed by the FA officially. A, a new head coach is needed as the national team capitulated in that African Cup of Nations, and in a dramatic fashion, 10 of events in 6 minutes, Ghana conceded two goals. That meant that they would not be able to make it to the round of 16, which kicks off this Saturday. But the FA in a communique has given the roadmap to the selection of a new head coach. Coach Chris Hughton has left the helm, and today we'll be looking at that criteria, selection criteria, and the roadmap to getting a new head coach in place for the Ghana national team. We'll look at that today. As usual, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't and click on that notification bell. We'll jump right into it. And as we already know, Ghana are without a coach right now, and very few candidates in there. The head coach search is on, and the FA in this communique on their website has said the roadmap for, in fact, when they fired Chris Hughton, they made mention of the fact that a roadmap to the selection of a new head coach will be made known, and this is in line with that. The GFA has announced a roadmap to hire the next Black Stars coach and named a five-member search committee to evaluate and recommend a candidate to Executive Council for approval. Reminds me of the time we appointed Milovan Rajabak. This is after Chris Hughton was relieved of his duties as head coach of the Black Stars on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. And now the search committee will be chaired by Vice President of the GFA, Mark Addo, legal practitioner and law lecturer Ace Ankoma Esquire, will act as the vice chairman of the search committee, with director coaching education of the GFA, Professor Kwame Minta, Ghana football legend Opoku Inti, and William Caesar Kate, a chief director of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, as members. The search committee has 3 weeks to recommend the next Black Stars head coach to the Executive Council for approval. It looks like they already have someone in mind, if you ask me, because 3 weeks and these guys have been put together to search for a new head coach. Well, let's look at the criteria. A detailed job description of the head coach position for the Black Stars will be published soon. However, an abbreviated version of the criteria for the selection of the next head coach as follows. Now, the potential head coach must be a proven winner in the coaching of top men's national teams or club football. Must have a football philosophy that aligns or complements our DNA. The DNA was released just a couple of weeks ago, I think a couple of months ago, but we've still not had the privilege of reading what the football DNA for Ghana is about. So it'll be interesting to see what that exactly is. Must hold the highest football license in the world with over 15 years coaching experience. Proven track record in team reconstruction, organization, and development of young talent. And 5, proven disciplinarian, tactician, and leadership skills. This gives me just 2 candidates if you look at it critically, and it has to be probably Herve Renard and Peter Mosemane. Michael Essien does not meet this criteria because those are the 3 guys I had in mind. I think these 2 guys would be in contention. But with Herve Renard, he's currently with the women's national team for France. He will probably lead them to the Olympic Games. Olympics is in August. August 2024 is probably when he will be available. So, and also he is also wanted by the Ivorians, the Algerians, and I'm also hearing the Tunisian national team. The Ivorians want Herve Renard, according to sources, that they want him to come and take charge at this African Cup of Nations until probably their elimination or until they are crowned champions. So Herve Renard is a wanted man by a lot of national teams, that is for sure. So it'll be interesting how we move around in those murky waters with Herve Renard in charge of the women's national team of France. So that will be quite tricky. With Peter Mosemane, he is currently unattached So he will be a more likely candidate. That being said, it could be that it's not both of them, and it could be someone else that the FA is looking at. 3 weeks, in my opinion, is probably too short, and we're going to probably make the same mistakes again because we are hiring a coach in a haste because we need to qualify for the World Cup. Yes, that is the immediate intention of the FA, and that is probably what is going to really derail us a bit because we are not looking at a long term solution. A long term coach that will probably look at developing the various facets of Ghana football. A long term coach and a 2 years, 1.5 year contract is not something that will serve us well in the end. A coach must be given enough ample time to work, especially when you are dealing with a national team. A national team takes time, it takes a lot of effort. There'll be bumps in the road, there'll be wrong decisions made in the road, and the coach needs ample time to work with a collection of players to get the desired results that the country wants. And for Ghana, it is a trophy. A trophy. The World Cup is great, it's going to be great, but if that is our immediate target and why we are rushing to hire a coach, then probably we might find ourselves in a similar situation with the coach not performing to what we want, and that will be not qualifying us to the World Cup and then having problems eventually in the next African Cup of Nations, which, mind you, is just a little over a year away. So it's quite difficult to judge who they will pick. It's quite difficult to see if this roadmap or this criteria stated here suits one man. It's quite difficult to know if they already have their man in their heads before they are putting out this communique. But the FA have decided that they have set up a 5 member committee which is going to look into hiring the next Black Stars head coach, similar to what happened when they hired rehired Milovan Rajevac. So it's going to be interesting days ahead. We'll be following the news closely, but this is the criteria for the new Black Stars head coach that has been revealed by the Ghana Football Association. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on it. Who do you think they have in mind with these criteria listed here? Who do you think will be the next Black Stars head coach? And do you think a long or short term one solution to this is what will suit all of us? Let me know what you think in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great evening.